Right, so good evening everyone, and a slightly delayed welcome to Thursday night realistic performance here at PGS F1 Esports League. Some YouTube issues and lobby issues, and hopefully we can get going soon. It is now 22:11 here by me, but from my side, Avi, welcome to Thursday night racing, and you'll catch me every Thursday when we do the PGS F1 realistic performance, and very excited. No formation lap. I'm prepared for this. It is 5 lights, and we're going to get our first race on the first season of the realistic going, and away we go. And it looks like the two Alfa Romeos were in front in quali. We missed quali, unfortunately, but yeah, let's just get the tires up quickly. Here we go. So 15 drivers in the lobby as we get cracking on, and yeah, there was did not see qualifying, but it is the two Alfa Romeos, Itten Brody and Jay Height, that is in first and second, with M. Balk in third. Some position changes there. We'll run through the tyre allocations shortly. We are in Austria, in Spielberg, and yeah, if you were with me on Sunday night, you saw the first round of season 4 for Tier 1, and a very close and exciting race nevertheless, and we hope to see the same action tonight here in Austria. So, like I said, 15 drivers, a couple of drivers on the hards with one of the Alfa Romeo guys, as well as Flavor, Kaz, as well as Rickster on the hards. We've got one soft runner, which is AZ Hag. So, yeah, he is in the Mercedes. There we go. And we're going to follow him around slightly and see. He needs to make the most out of these soft tires to get himself going. This is a realistic performance. So you will see a bit of a difference in the cars in terms of how they react towards straight line speed, you see cornering and downforce and braking stability. So it's going to be interesting to see. Normally the fastest cars in the league will be in the slower cars as per game rating, as we see a good overtake there by the Alpine driver of Pinto. He gets himself up into 6th position. Gets ahead of the Ferrari. It's the Mercedes, apologies. So, yeah, normally it is the slow drivers that would be in the fast-rated cars, and then the fast drivers in the slow-rated cars. So you expect probably a very fast driver in a Haas, and a slightly slower driver, a guy who doesn't have the amount of time to practice or spend enormous amount of time in a game. Expect him to probably be in a Mercedes or a Red Bull. Not sure how that's going to work here at PGS. This is our first realistic, and in the first race, that is lap 2. You get some yellows in sector 2, and I think that was due to a Red Bull, and that could be a Flavor who's had a moment coming out of sector 2, so that could have been the Red Bull. Ooh, not a good night for the Red Bulls, currently 12th and 15th. And then the two Ferraris are 9th and 10th, so a bit of a gap forming up between the guys. Pinto on those mediums, he looks quite racing, and the Alpine, and yeah, he did the overtake earlier on the Mercedes, and the Mercedes got him back again, so we'll see how that pans out for him. It looks like Rickster has made a pass on his Ferrari teammate. Once again, just don't take out your teammate. Rule number 1 in racing, well, really in any sport, is do not take out your teammate. So the two Ferraris, line astern in 9th and 10th at the moment. And, it is lap 3 now. Medium hards and a couple of soft cars that went to the pits to put the soft tires on. So you expect the medium runners. I think we saw on Sunday night that the guys came in around about lap, was it 16? And then 20 laps on the hard, and then vice versa for the hard medium strategy. So, but yeah, probably the alternate strategy would be starting on the hards and then getting on the mediums. I think preferred strategy will be starting on the mediums. But this is new. A couple of drivers here that I am familiar with. If I go through this list, definitely Sub-Zero from Tier 1 on Sunday night, as well as Pinto also from Tier 1. Right, if you are watching our stream, give me a shout. can have a chat. Keeps me also entertained during the evening, lap 436. And Kaz is saying hello and good luck to everyone. Michael Brown saying, yo bro. So yeah, how's it, Michael? Glad you tuned in. And currently, if you just tune in, it is lap 5 of 36 here in Austria, round 1 of the realistic performance here at PGS F1 Esports League. And it is the two Alfa Romeos that is just within each other's DRS. I think they're trying to pull each other along so they can get away from basically the McLaren behind them. And Ace Tony in the Alpine currently in 4th. He's got a bit of breathing space. To Bulk just in 5th behind him, and then Pinto still trying to get past, but he lost a lot of time, so I'm not sure if he's had a moment. Lost a bit of time there to the Mercedes driver, and like I said earlier, we expect the medium runners to come into the pits around about lap 16. The hard guys probably to stay out till lap 20, and the soft guys don't expect more really than 10 laps on those softs. Especially sector 2 being really aggressive on the tires. 3 DRS zones here in Austria, in the Styrian Hills. Yeah, let's get on board with M-Bulk and in the Aston Martin, my favorite car on the grid, with the Red Bull. Let's follow him around. He is currently in 5th position, chasing after Ace. Slightly outbrakes himself there. Gets a bit of oversteer into the corner, but that could just be a loss of traction. We didn't see too many penalties in the beginning in Tier 1 on Sunday night, but later on that tally got nicely populated, and at the moment it is a 3-second time penalty for J. Mai and also for Gattis, and there is a virtual safety car. I'm trying to have a look and see if it is one of the Haas guys. Not sure what happened there, but it is full course yellow, so this is a virtual safety car, and you're going to have to stick to your delta, and if you do exceed that, it will be a drive-through penalty for you, which you don't really want in a small or short track like this, one of the shortest tracks on the calendar, and yeah, you will lose an enormous amount of time if you do so. So let's just have a look at the pit stops maybe and see who is pitted. Right, in terms of stops, there we go. Gattuso in the Aston Martin, he pitted, as well as Hawk. Yeah, Hawk also pitted. Yeah, there we go. Becker pitted and Rickster. So 12th, 13th, 14th all stopped already. And the bottom 2 on the softs, and then on the mediums the rest of them, but it is still the 2 Alfa Romeo guys who is currently leading, and it's another virtual safety car, and not quite sure what is going on, and some more pit stops at the moment for the virtual safety car. They just missed that virtual safety car pit window, unfortunately. So this counts as a normal pit stop as the cars get in there. New nose cone there for Hawk in the Haas, as he drives out without the consent of Günther Steiner. Obviously, you've heard the news of Günther Steiner not being part of Haas in F1 2024, and apparently wasn't allowed to go say goodbye to his Haas team, which is quite sad. Probably a lot of politics involved there. Currently Wolf is in ghosting. Not sure if he's lost connection. I haven't seen anyone leave the lobby. I know the lobby crashed earlier, but it seems like all is good at the moment. Seems like everyone is still fine. Alright, and as Rickster gets himself on the penalty board as well, so you can see that the McLaren driver, Ace, has also got a 3-second time penalty. Rickster you just saw on top of the screen, and then Gattuso has also got onto the board of the 3-second time penalty, so that can be very painful at the end of the race. Once again, a very short track, and if there is a virtual safety car or a safety car at the end of the race, my word, that can really drop you way out of the points and yeah, damage your hopes for a good start to the championship. But yeah, these two Alfa Romeo guys playing it really in the team game, and I love this. And I've said this numerous times on my streams that I really fancy the team game. Here we go, and another pass as they keep each other in DRS, where they just play the game and help each other along. And no team orders, obviously, at the moment for these two. You would expect Jay Hyde to be probably the faster one than Brody, because he is on a slower tyre, which is on the hards, although those hards will start coming to him around about lap 11 to 12. But they're playing the team game nicely. They are sticking in each other's DRS zone, which is where you want to be. And if you're new to this, the DRS is the opening of the rear wing flap. It gives you an extra couple of miles per hour. And on this circuit, it's worth a lot. 3 DRS zones for the flap to open. And yeah, they are pulling that gap now of 3.3 seconds. So the Alfa Romeo team getting off to a great start here. The first, quarter, or the first third year of the race in Austria. Our closest battle at the moment is probably between this. It's Ace. Let's get on board with him in the Alpine. And which side is he going to pick? Is he going to pick the inside? Yes, he is. Is he going to leave him out to dry? He cuts the corner nice. Keeps a lot of space on the outside. And now you want to get on the throttle as nice and early as you can. You're probably going to have to, I think he's a little bit too far behind. A lot of straight line speed from the McLaren in front. So he's just going to tuck in unless there's a big mistake. I don't think he want to do the overtake here. He's going to hang himself out there, try get in the inside. This is good racing by both these drivers. McLaren putting himself in all the right places on track, and you don't want to get too much on the inside of that curb. It doesn't settle the car. And you can bottom out, and seriously, that will be the end of your race. That looks like a Ferrari. That was off. I'm not sure who that was. That drifting Kaz. I'm not sure what that was for, but let's get back to the action in front. There we go. So Ace is really adventurous in this first sector. He's going to, I think, he's going to try to go around the outside, because he saw that there's a huge amount of grip there. He's probably going to try to do the same. A little bit of contact between the two, but I don't think that was damaging anything to the cars. But eventually he gets overtaken. So check at the straight line speed of this McLaren. My word. And, yeah, the Alpine's going to have to make the most out of this sector. If he's got more downforce than the McLaren, he's going to have to get ahead quite substantially, but I don't think it's going to break the DRS. So look there, the 0.4 of a second, 0.5 now, 0.6 after a slight mistake there from the McLaren driver, 0.7. And yeah, a lot of downforce probably for Ace Tony as he tries to get away from the McLaren, because this first 2 DRS zones can be very mighty if you're running low wing settings. So let's see how quickly Marley can catch up with him. Yeah, and now we're going to see this McLaren power. Is this going to get... There we go. Absolutely. He's going to come sailing fast. Ridiculous, the amount of speed. Ooh, this is tight, but space being left. And he's going to get DRS now, and that's just going to pull him away. So Ace Tony, not sure is he going to play this. Yeah, he's just going to hang it out to the left-hand side. It is so difficult to do the overtaking here. But I tell you what, that McLaren is nifty in the straight line at the moment. Further down the field, let's just have a look here. Rickster Sub-Zero is currently in 11th. Yeah, and he's being chased by Azhag. Yeah, so they're fighting for the final podium positions. A good recovery from the Red Bull so far, currently in 9th. And he's 1.7 seconds behind Kaz on the same time strategy as Ace Tony decided to jump into the pits. And I think, yeah, he's had enough of that. He knows that if he wants to do this, he's going to have to do the undercut, get on those hards as quickly as possible. And the trick is, what is Jay Mai going to do? Is he also going to pit Or is he not too worried about the undercut? Is he going to try to push this along? And remember, these two are very close in fighting, so it's going to be interesting to see when Marley does go into the pit, or J might go into the pit, to see how far he is away from Ace Tony, and we'll see what the gap's going to be and how powerful the undercut would be. So let's see if he puts this lap. But while we keep an eye out on him, currently 12 laps into his medium stint. It is Sub-Zero who's put himself up into the points, currently in 10th, and looks like an overtake there. The two Mercedes drivers getting nice and tight with each other. We're keeping an eye. Yeah, J-Meyer has spitted, so he realizes that might be difficult. So as he goes into the pits, let's have a look. So Pinto, let's just have a look and see where Ace is. He's coming around the final corner now. I don't think the undercut was powerful enough. Was that enough? Yes, it was. So Ace has used that to his advantage, and these two guys were extremely close when they came out, when they were together on track, and Ace has come out. J-Meyer was on mediums, if I was not mistaken, and he's gone for another set of mediums, so he's going to have to do another mandatory pit stop. I'm not sure if that was the right time choice, and if I got that slightly wrong, and if I did, apologies from my side. But yeah, the undercut extremely powerful, 2.2 seconds that Ace has got himself up there. So Pinto still needs to pit, the same as in bulk, and then you've got the two Alfa Romeo guys who's now 10 seconds ahead of everyone. And as I say that, in bulk goes into the pits, going to be hard on the brakes there. Make sure that you get to the pit limit, and he's definitely going to go for a set of hards. And the hard tyres are out. Pinto stays out, and yeah, he's got his teammate behind him. And the right thing to do is just get your teammate around here. The slipstream for DRS. Oh, and there's contact between the two. And yeah, I wouldn't say that's taking out your teammate. Pinto had a big moment, and his teammate just didn't have anywhere to go. So yeah, it's unfortunate, and yeah, he's retired on track now. I'm not sure if that's allowed, but yeah, he's had enough of that. So that will bring out a caution due to a slow and parked car on track. 25 seconds, the gap now between the two Alfa Romeos and Tony. And yeah, so Tony's going to catch them a couple of seconds. But they're going to come out in much fresher tyres. I would say they've got this under control to the T. Let's just go further down the field. As I see Hawk in the Haas is having a look at Becca here. And Becca's ghosting, so he's not in control of his car. Yeah, he's not, so he lost connection earlier. So that should be an overtake for Hawk. Not sure what the AI setting is set to. Matty, he is currently in 10th. The two Mercedes drivers currently in 9th and 10th, so that's valuable points for them, getting onto the board at least. Lap 16 of 36, almost halfway through. A 10-second time penalty for exceeding track limits. Now, I haven't seen that like ever, and I would like to have a look at that because I've never seen a 10-second. So, not sure what happened there. But, yeah, and that's going to hurt him badly. So yeah, he's falling down the field quite dramatically, and he's also stopped on track. Is that going to be another retirement for McLaren? And standing on track at the moment, not sure, and I don't think he can stand for too long there, or else the game will disqualify him. So it doesn't look like it's a retirement or a disconnection. Yeah, and he has been disqualified from the session. Right, so while one of the Alfa Romeo drivers has pitted, that was Brody. He put on a set of hard, so we expect Jay Hart to be in probably lap 20 for his mediums. And while we are having a look at him, a couple of retirements as well as some cars losing connection, I'm going to take a short break and just grab some water, and we will be right back. Right, and if you've just joined us, welcome back. This is Thursday Night Racing. This is the first round of the Realistic League here at PGS F1 Esports League. And if you've been with us from the beginning, you'll know that the two Alfa Romeo drivers has been coasting along, keeping each other nice and honest. The gap between them and Estonia slightly decreased. He got that gap down to a nice 6 point whatever seconds it was. But yeah, he is on 7 lap old hards, and you will see now what the two Alfa Romeo guys want to do. I think they were trying to keep each other in DRS for the first stint. Now that they've made the pit stops, Brody made his pit stop before Jahat, and he obviously got the undercut going. Gained 3 seconds as they were literally within DRS from each other. Put on his hards for his last stint. And Jay Hart put on the mediums, which is the faster tyre. His tyre's 2 laps younger than what Brody is. So we'll monitor that gap 3 seconds and see if there is any team orders between the two Alfa Romeo drivers. I don't think so. This is the first round of the season, so it's all to play for. And is it Kaz into... Yeah, that is Kaz. He's into the pits. A brand new set of mediums for him. As he leaves the pit, and he's going to come out in front of Flavor. Oh, this is going to be very tight, so let's get on board with Flavor. He's probably going to get the draft. Yeah, he does. And Flavor's 4 lap old mediums, and Cass has got brand new mediums on also, and maybe a little bit of more ERS, because he did charge when he went into the pits. Here we go. So Kaz in 8th, Flavor in 9th. And we're going to keep an eye out on this battle And that is probably our closest battle with Rickster at the moment in the Ferrari. He is chasing after the Mercedes for 5 seconds. And yeah, Rickster is going to have to go and pit. I think that the Mercedes driver can get to the end, but Rickster is going to have to go and pit. Eventually, he's not going to get through another, what, 14 laps. Yeah, 14 laps on those mediums. That's like lap 30. It's just not going to happen for him. So he's going to have to go into the pits again and get his tyres changed. Right, lap 23 of 36, 13 laps remaining here in the first round here in Austria. And it is Jay Hart who is slightly reeling in his teammate at 2.2 seconds. Probably not at the pace that he wanted. It's going to be fun to watch when he gets up close and personal and to the back end of his teammate's car to see if there's any team orders. But once again, like I said earlier, don't anticipate any team orders. But they have shown the rest of the field not much grace tonight as they first and second by 11 seconds. And that's a gap that they've maintained right through the race. Ace Tony got within the 6-second barrier when his tyres was nice and warm. Obviously did the undercut on them, and we saw that the undercut was very powerful earlier. One lap was about 2 seconds. And now that the Alfa Romeo's tyres are nicely warm and rubbered in, they've taken that gap now back to 12 seconds. Further down the field, I see a move, and that is, yeah, as we suspected, that is Rickster. He's going to go into the pits. And 12 laps, he's probably going to go. Jay Myers left the session. Yeah, so he might just go for a pair of brand new softs if he's got any, just to go for the fastest lap and get on with it. So that is a set of mediums. Decided to go for the mediums. And from a Red Bull point of view, if you're a Red Bull supporter, 12th and 8th at the moment. 12th not scoring any points as the top 10 points. Hawk is also into the pits and has, and he's gone for a set of mediums. So that looks like a brand new set for him. And he will rejoin just in front. Yeah, he will join in 12th. No pressure from behind probably. As these guys are ghosting, not sure when they are ghosting if they will score any points. If you look at your top 3 in terms of the podium, it is still the 2 Alfa Romeos with 14 seconds. Tony has got a couple of penalties to his name in 3rd, and M. Bulk is in 4th. And we'll have a look maybe a little bit later on the penalty side and see if M. Bulk might just get himself onto the podium in the Aston Martin. And that would be good for any Aston Martin fan, currently running in 4th and 7 seconds behind. And further down the field is that the Mercedes is coming to the pits. He's going to put on a brand new pair of softs. He's not going to be under pressure from the other Aston Martin drivers. So yeah, he can probably go for a faster lap. Yeah, he's well ahead, so that shouldn't be any issues for Gattuso. So he can for Azak, so he can really put pedal to the metal and get on with things and try to catch that fastest lap. And we'll also have a look at the fastest lap later on. If you are new to PGS F1 Esports, you can tune on Sunday nights with Tier 1 and Tier 2 respectively, being streamed on their YouTube channel. You can just go and search PGS F1 Esports. And if, yeah, you can have a look then on Thursday nights. You can spend some time with me here in the Realistic Performance. You can also tune on, as I said, on Sunday nights for Tier 1. And they will be, that will be the second round next week in Tier 1 Season 3. Right, here we go. This is, I hope this is going to be a slight battle and that we're not going to see a boring racing from these two. The two alpha guys. Yeah, here we go. So, did Brody just sort of like wait to get his teammate up to speed? Maybe that his tyres might run out later at the end. We'll wait and see. So, that was a nice and clean and neat pass by them, but we've seen that through the race on and off, and kind of funny feeling they're just going to stick in each other's DRS range and just trying to get it to the finish flag. Alright, so if you've just joined us, welcome to, it is lap 29 of 36 here in Austria, in the Austrian hills. And we've got the two Alfa Romeos who's been keeping each other company for most of the race, probably having loads of fun together as mates in the chat party. But they've been first and second for majority, well, basically since the start of the race. And led from lap 1 and made turns in between them. Different tyre strategies with them. One starting on the mediums, the other on the hards, and then obviously alternating when they did their first pit stop. And Tony, yeah, he is currently in third. And while we're at it, let's just have a look at the penalties. So 3 seconds for him and 3 seconds for in bulk. So not really going to make a difference in terms of the position. So in box 7 seconds behind, and he's been keeping that nicely constant through the race. So currently third and fourth. Yeah, not too much going to change there. Flavor is chasing after Rickster, and that's for the upside battle. So Rickster on 5 lap old mediums in favor of 12 lap. It is Ferrari versus Red Bull. Gap now between Rickster and Flavor at 1.4 seconds. Is that Matty that's gone into the pits? Yeah, he's ran out of tyres. And That's going to drop him well below. So he's going to go. So that's going to be exciting. So at least we've got something to look at from excitement. So he's got brand new set of softs, and now the chase is on. He's going to start. He's going to. That is the two Alfa Romeos coming through, and they probably going to lap him, and he's going to try to not get lapped, but he is ghosting. So he's just going to try to get away from them and save his own race. He can still chase after his teammate as well as Flavor. And probably get to Rickster. I don't think he'll catch Kaz in 5th in the Ferrari, but surely his aim should be 6th position unless there's a safety car. We've seen more weird things in my life than having a safety car with 2 laps or 3 laps to go in a race. And if you are on the right tyre, then yeah, it is going to be a mega finish for yourself. So, but no safety cars as yet. We've seen a lot of virtuals, but yeah, no full safety car as yet. In bulk, he's also jumped into the pits. Let's have a look and see where Kaz is at. Yeah, he comes in nicely. So yeah, I think he realized that he's not going to get the position of 3rd, so might just be able to increase his points on the softs. So it's going to be, let's have a look and see if Imbok can take the fastest lap for the race. He's got, what, 3 laps to do it, to go and fetch that for himself. Although Brody has gone into the pits and he's also got plenty of time. So he's gone into the pits. Is Jay Hyde going to go into the pits? Or is he just going to hang it out and finish off? I don't think, even if he doesn't pit, 19 seconds is not going to be achieved by anyone. So yeah, we'll see. So some late tyre changes for the guys. I don't think Tony is going to risk it to go into the pits. I don't think he will do something like that. But we'll have a look at Jay Hyde, Brody's teammate, to see if he actually pits and go for the fastest lap. Right, he stays out another lap, so he's not going to pit. So 19 seconds down to 17. There is 3 laps remaining, and I think he's playing some games to try to see how quickly he can catch him on those softs. Tony on 19 lap old hard, 23 seconds ahead of Imbol, so I don't think that's going to be anything to worry about. There's no threat from behind, but at least we can maybe see some good lap times from Bulk and from Brody, trying to steal the fastest lap. As I say, that Bulk goes fastest in Sector 1 or Sector 2, puts up purple there. Yep, and there we go, fastest lap for Imbok, 106.098. So let's keep that in mind and have a look at Brody. If it's anything compared to his pace tonight during the race, then he should go fastest on his new set of softs. Yeah, let's wait and see. Yeah, man, as expected, 105.849 for Brody. That was expected if I looked at the pace that him and his teammate had from lap 1. They were just in a different league of their own tonight. Did the 1-2 for the whole race. Kept it honest between each other. Played nicely the team game. And for that, they will get richly rewarded at the end of this race with a first and a second for their team. And once again, first race of the season, so you don't expect any heroics between teammates. Tony, a very good race by him in 3rd in the Alpine. Got stuck into it early on, and nice defending, some good undercut from him earlier, so that just puts him up into 3rd in bulk. Decided to try to go for the fastest lap. But did not succeed, with Brody taking it away from him. Currently in 4th. Kaz in 5th in Ferrari. I don't see anyone who's going to threaten anything major. The two Mercedes drivers in tandem, 8th and 9th. And I don't think we're going to expect to see anything really funny from them. You also see that a lot of guys has climbed onto the bandwagon of time penalties for track invalidations or track limits. And, they will pay the price of that at the end of the race. But once again, the only guy that might just be in trouble is Matty. He might get overtaken by his teammate, depending on if it's a 3 or a 6 at the moment. He will lose that position based on penalties. That's if his teammate does not get one. But we are going to stick with the final lap with Jay Height in the Alfa Romeo, and his teammate Brody 10 seconds behind, but he did make the extra pit stop and decided not to put pressure on his teammate and rather get the fastest lap. So yeah, a mega race from the Alfa Romeo drivers, really in a different time zone to the rest of them. And if you take Brody's pit stop out of the equation, they are, what, 26 seconds ahead of the rest. And that is a statement in itself by Alfa Romeo. So well done to the Alfa Romeo team, to both drivers. And a magnificent performance. And a very, very stern warning to the rest of the field that this season, Alfa Romeo is definitely not going to mess around, and they're here to stay. And as he's going to come through the last corner, so let's get on board with, as he takes the first ever win here at PGS F1 Esports League, takes the first win for the realistic division, and that piece of history belongs to Jay Height, Brody in second. Tony, he is going to finish in third in Alpine, so that will be a podium for the Alpine driver, so well done to him. He's unfortunately, his teammate could not race due to sound issues, so Pinto had to retire, so only point scoring for the Alpine drivers. A good race by Mbalk in the Aston Martin, and his Aston Martin teammate in 13th, so that will be the only points for the Aston Martin guys, but a great drive by him. Kaz in the Ferrari, so good also for Ferraris, double points scoring for them. And Kaz will be, and Rickster, I think, yeah, he's still coasting, so Kaz, he might not get points, but Kaz definitely getting the points. And here we go, the two Mercedes drivers, they're going to finish also double points for them. 6 and 8 as Flavor jumps Matty due to penalties. Right, and your driver of the day is Kaz, according to Codemasters. So well done, Kaz, for getting that single vote from Codemasters for driver of the day. But yeah, it is really about the two Alfa Romeo drivers. Big statement tonight here in Austria, round 1 of the realistic performance. First and second for them. As the trophy gets lifted, and the Alfa Romeo team extremely happy. Let me run you through your final standings here on Thursday night. It is the two Alfa Romeos, Jay Height and Brody, first and second as they were from lap 1. Tony, a great drive by him in third for the Alpine. Mbalk, a good drive for fourth. Kaz in fifth. The two Mercedes cars was in 6th and 8th. Flavor just jumping in between them in the Red Bull. Then Rickster and the Ferrari in 9th. Hawkslade in 10th. Final point scoring position in the Haas. So yeah, there we go. That's it from me. A whole host of penalties, but that is to be expected in Austria, one of the easiest tracks to get tracking validations. There we go. Apologies for the late start and for the issues from our side, but yeah, we'll iron that out and we'll be ready for next week. Join me this Sunday night for Tier 1, for Round 2 in Tier 1. And also, if you like the realistic, catch me next week Thursday. From our side and a jubilant Alfa Romeo team, it is good night and see you Sunday. Ciao, ciao.